You're an experienced HR pro and you're thinking about that next big career step, you have definitely come to the right place. Today, we're diving into that critical journey, the one from being a great HR manager to becoming a true strategic HR leader. It's a huge leap and it takes a whole new way of thinking. So we're going to break down exactly what that looks like.
So, let's start with the big question, right? It's something many of us ask ourselves at some point. You've mastered your job, you're a fantastic team leader, so what's next? What really separates a manager from a leader? As you're about to see, it's so much more than a new title. It's a fundamental change in how you view the entire business.
And this visual just nails it, doesn't it? On the left, that's the manager's world. It's organized, it's focused on getting things done, on delivering results through people and processes. But look to the right. The leader's world is different. It's about charting a course through complexity, setting the vision, and actually shaping the future of the whole organization. That is the leap we're talking about today. So let's really dig into what this leap means. I want to be clear, this isn't just about getting a promotion. It's a total transformation. You're shifting your identity from being the go-to person in HR to being a strategist for the entire company.
The way it's put here is just perfect. It's a move away from functional management and toward strategic organizational transformation. Your focus literally shifts from managing people and processes to designing the architecture and vision of the company. You're not just running the HR department anymore. You're helping to redesign the organization itself.
So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, a real leader isn't just following the HR strategy, they are setting it. They are the ones driving massive company-wide transformations. They're making sure the people strategy is perfectly in sync with the business strategy. And they're thinking years, not months, ahead about the kind of workforce the company is going to need. Okay, so making this leap is a lot of work, but the rewards, well, they're pretty significant. So let's take a look at the destination. What does the view from the top of the HR world actually look like? And let's talk about that destination, because wow, the numbers here speak for themselves. We are talking about top-tier roles, head of HR, chief human resources officer, with salaries that can go all the way up to 1.5 crore rupees or even more. Now, are these jobs easy to get? Of course not. They're highly competitive, but the rewards for getting to this level are just undeniable. And it goes without saying, you don't just walk into these positions. They require a really deep well of experience. Typically, we're talking about folks with 15 to 25 years of steady, progressive experience in the HR field. This isn't a starting goal, it's really the crown jewel of a career built on expertise and growth. So, what skills do you actually need in your toolkit to get there?
Brings us to the big question. How do you build that toolkit? How do you actually bridge the gap between where you are now and that strategic leadership role you're aiming for? Well, for a lot of people, the answer is a structured path. To make this really concrete, let's use an example, the MHR program, to see what that kind of journey can look like. A really solid approach is usually built on 3 key steps, just like this. It has to start with a deep, honest look at your own career to find those specific strategic gaps. Then, from there, you build a customized learning plan to fill them in. And this part is so important. It doesn't just end on graduation day. It provides long-term support to really make sure you succeed.
So what does a journey like this actually feel like day to day? Let's get into the nitty-gritty and walk through a potential 6-month itinerary for this kind of transformation.
A journey like this is often paced out really logically. You see here, it kicks off in month 1 with that deep dive career review we talked about. Quarter 1 is all about building that solid strategic foundation. Then, quarter 2 builds on that with the essential tech and leadership skills you'll need. And look, the support keeps going, with ongoing learning and even years of access to career coaching.
Now, a really key piece of any program like this is often a heavy hitter certification, something like this one from Spain, Dubai. It's specifically designed to build those critical business insights, and this is a total game changer, especially if you don't have a formal MBA. It gives you that strategic credibility and a huge boost to your personal brand.
And at the end of an intense 6 months, what do you walk away with? A clear signal to the entire market, a global CHRO or global leader certification. It's all designed for maximum visibility to get you noticed and really accelerate your career.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about the practical side of all this. What's the investment required? And maybe more importantly, what's the potential return on that investment?
So for this particular program, the fee is 1,27,000 rupees, plus GST. But it's so important to see this not as a cost, but as a direct investment in your future, in your career path, and in your long-term earning power.
And this is where it all clicks. Look at this comparison. On one side, you have your investment. On the other side, well, you have the reason you're doing it. Access to roles where the starting salary is 60 lakhs and goes way up from there. The return on an investment like this really does speak for itself. Just take a second and picture yourself in this room. You're not just another person at the table, you are the strategic voice. You're guiding the conversation, you're shaping the decisions that will define the future of the business. That's the role you're getting ready for. You know, when you boil it all down, this whole journey is about one powerful idea. It's not just about managing people, it's about building what the company will become tomorrow. As it says right here, true leaders shape the organization's future.
And so that really leaves us with just one last very important question. Now that you've seen the path, you've seen the potential, you just have to ask yourself, what future will you shape?